When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. The Dome, home to the Orange in Syracuse University. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the Northwestern Wildcats, taking on the 16th ranked team in the land, the Syracuse Orange. 48 Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Northwestern ready to kick it off to get things started. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Looking to throw on first down. Hauls it in. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
They're going back to the ground. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Back to pass on second down. It's complete. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
Swings it out to the flat. Hard running there. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first. And here comes play number 6 of the drive. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Finds a tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
The Orange now facing a 3rd and short. Just keeps slinging it. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the right. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. 1st and goal from the 7. Convert that 3rd down on the slant. Now everybody sort of settles into the game.
Yeah, you do have nerves. I mean, everybody does. Opening drive, you've watched film, and how good are they really? And you get that first down. You throw the quick timing slant. Now, everybody settle in. We're good. We got this.
Finds his big tight end. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Back to pass. They go to the wide receiver screen. Touchdown Orange. A great catch and run for 6.
You love as a head coach to watch your offense take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive and cap it off with a touchdown.
7, Northwestern, 0.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. to throw. He's going to go for a big one. Catch inside the 25. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Well, I know it's a very small sample size, and we've got a lot of football to go this year, but what can you say about this offense? How explosive and impressive they look. Top 5 in the nation in scoring, and you can see why. They've got speed and playmakers all over the field.
And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Gives it to the back on the draw. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Pucks it out of the air. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's 1st down at the 38.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on 3rd down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the 1st. Well done.
To the air on 1st down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. The Orange with a lot of work to do on 3rd and long. He might want another play. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. He'll always remember this moment.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. That's reeled in. It's Thompson. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there.
Quarterbacks love the short passing game early in games because it really helps them get into a rhythm. So nice job by the offensive coordinator giving his quarterback an easy throw, something he can see, and something that he knows he can complete.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. Fires to the big fella. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Looking downfield on 1st down. It's on target and complete.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And that's a really good job by this defense. Complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
In the gun and looking to throw on third down. This time it's complete. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. Northwestern coming to the line with another first down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Wildcats back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly complete. There he goes. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense gets a turnover.
Great job by the defense here, forcing the fumble on the wide receiver. Look, understanding the ball came out quick. I got to break, get Hats to the football, secure the tackle, try to get that football out. Nice turnover, nice hustle by this defense.
Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. He's looking to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Wants to go up top. Pocket breaking down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Nice execution by this defense on second and goal. And they try to throw the football. They stay tight on him. If I'm this offense, maybe I run some crossers, a little quick route, try to get my guy open.
Looking to the end zone on third and goal. Using his feet to buy time. They won't let him in. He had a nose for that end zone, but he will be stopped short.
You know, in these goal line situations, the field starts to shrink. It's easier to key in on these guys that you know can fly at the quarterback spot. Defense was locked in. Nice job on the third and goal.
We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. We've got a good one going here, and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. Instead of trying to just take the lead with a field goal, they'll leave the offense out there to try to punch in the touchdown. And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And they'll try to break the seal on the second quarter by putting 3 on the board. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Power football with the run. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Wants to throw on first down. Oh, does he turn that loose down the middle. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Gets it to him on the screen. Turning it on. They'll stop him just short of the first down marker on the screen.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect, pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
Syracuse lines up on 3rd and short. Looking to throw again. Throws to the tight end. Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
This is makeable field goal range here, but it looks as if they'll go for it on 4th down. On 4th down, going to the air. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. They were easily within field goal range there, but they don't feel like you can win this game 3 points at a time.
No, pass. I mean, you got to be aggressive. You got to get touchdowns, man. You've seen the emphasis. Defenses are willing to give up yards now to make you kick field goals. I like this offense being aggressive.
Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Going the other way, and he's got room. The 40. At the 20. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Northwestern. Just one moment, and all of a sudden, the fortunes turn.
You're in a position where you're about to give up points, and now you flip that around and you put points on the board. Perfectly executed. What do you do in an interception? First guy blocks the intended receiver. Everybody else starts to form a wall when the ball's going. Nice blocking, nice interception, nice return for the touchdown.
The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. Looking to throw on first down. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
And I thought it was a good job by the quarterback really seeing the drag route start to come across the field, and he puts the ball pretty much on the money. And you got to make that play. You got to make those catches to get this offense in a rhythm, to stay ahead of schedule. Those are ones he doesn't drop very often.
Just got to finish the play through the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. That's a bad drop.
Syracuse needs to come up with a big 3rd down play to keep the drive going. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
He will signal for the fair catch and take it just inside the 35. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
They have a first down at the 41-yard line. The give to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
He's got it. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. Northwestern ready to dial one up on first down. To the air on first down. Going for it all. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. Got some room to run. They'll stop him at the 22-yard line as the defense
safeties have to be great center fielders, right? They got to play in so much space, and in man coverage, they know there's going to be routes breaking over the middle of the field. So you got to be able to put your foot in the ground and then accelerate. And that's exactly what he did on that interception. Awesome play.
Finds his way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28. Syracuse might take a shot here on 2nd and short. Back to pass. Snagged out of the air. At midfield, he's got room. It's a seam wide open. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Cuse. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. Clemson is ahead early in Death Valley, but that's not exactly Trevor Lawrence out there. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 7 over Georgia. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Finds his man. It's Thompson. A solid pickup there. Works it to the 38 before being pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
He makes a catch. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game. Mark it at the 47.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple first downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
The give to the tailback. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. They're working that left side. They get it down to the 35 before he stopped. 10-yard pickup on the play, and it's a first down.
Well, this defense now is just getting gashed. And if you're the defensive coordinator, you might now want to think about being aggressive, changing up your play calls, and maybe breaking your own tendencies because you have got to stop this offense just marching down the field.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
The Wildcats trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. To the air on 2nd down. Caught behind the line. It's Key. They've got him now. He almost picked up that first down on the screen.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start putting a lot of pressure.
And the Wildcats come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to take off. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
This quarterback, man, looks like he's playing angry right now. He did not like that interception he threw the last time out on the field. You could see on the sidelines, guys. He could not wait to get back out there. And that time, it was like he was running mad. I don't even know if he really wanted to throw that ball. He just wanted to take off, scramble, go get the first down.
And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Rushes on him. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. They'll immediately call timeout.
Well, the offense has made it known on this drive. They're trying to throw the football, and they're going to let this quarterback go to work. The defense does a great job winning up front. They get the sack to try to slow this momentum down.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Got enough space. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. The snap sets up the throw. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
And this offense shows right away on 1st down. They're willing to pass down here. Does this soften them up a little bit for the run here on 2nd down and goal?
Got stopped on 1st down. They'll try it again from the 2. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Northwestern! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
The kick is up and good and put 1 more on the lead. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Waning seconds of the 1st half. Let's see how they handle it. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Unloads it left. Got his man downfield. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Just enough time for 1 final play of the half. Looking downfield on 1st down. Looking for the end zone. He can't haul it in. Incomplete. They took a shot, but that's how we'll wrap up the half. That's going to wrap up the 1st half here. And now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Syracuse has it teed up, ready to kick off and start this 2nd half. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. First play from scrimmage here in the 2nd half, and they'll keep it on the ground. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the 2nd half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
Fires to the big fella. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the 1st down. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better 3rd down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to 3rd down. And we can.
That's a fumble on the play. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover. The quarterback tried to make something out of it with his legs, but instead, he turns the football over.
And this is what you like about the quarterback. You don't want to handcuff him. You want to give him the freedom and the flexibility to get outside and create. That's where he's brilliant. That's really the added element he brings this offense. do need to reel him in with respect to the fundamentals and taking care of the football. Just has to do better moving forward.
The Orange with a ton of options available on second and short. The pull and throw off the RPO. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there. And as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. And the pass is incomplete here on third down, but there is a flag. Let's check it out. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on fourth down. Still going. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
They pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on second and goal. Wants to go up top. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Second and goal, no dice for this offense. If I'm on offense right now, I'm thinking about who are my mismatches? Who are my big bodies out wide that I can throw them the football and they can make a play over top of somebody.
Tight end now in motion. Wants to throw for it on third and goal. Under fire. Looking to get it in. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. The pass play they hoped would spread the defense out, create a one-on-one opportunity, but they were equal to the challenge.
Yeah, and that's a play the receiver would love to have back. It looked for a second like he might be able to break that tackle and score a touchdown. Just wasn't able to get it done.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the third and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on fourth down. Snapped it in the shotgun. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Syracuse. Quick strike through the air for the score.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And the extra point pulls him to within 3, 24-21. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. This time they need to take care of the ball and maybe extend this lead, David.
And I think you got to look at the positive, Reese. You still got the lead. Now take care of the football. Put a nice drive together, Jesse. You don't have to stress. We're still winning.
I feel like they think that player for player, they're the better unit on the field right now. They just got to make more plays.
He's got it. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. They had the first down before that penalty backed them up, and now they'll snap it on second down. Second down coming up. Back to pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
Yeah, and because of the pressure, the defense gets pressure on him immediately so quickly that he makes a bad decision, tries to throw it into double coverage. Really nice job pressuring the quarterback up front.
On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Trying to escape and get it himself. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job of keeping that guy in the pocket.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
And that's a first down for the offense.
Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them. But exactly, get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Second down, they'll go to the air. He's got it. Ball down at the 38-yard line and a big pickup of 15 yards there. Northwestern right back to the line.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now. Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses now.
Breaks into the open. They finally make the stop at the big run. He's plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
And you gotta love it. Get the ball to your playmakers any way you can. Use their speed to your advantage. Nice job handing him the football, getting his speed to the outside to have a successful play.
From the red zone, looking for a man. Caught close to the marker, it's Thompson. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense.
Throw it toward the end zone, picked off right at the goal line. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
They are stuck deep in their own territory and trying to get out, opening the drive from their own 3. Tried to get them a little breathing room, and they're still suffocating in their own end.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to call back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
And this offense doesn't have much space to go backwards anymore. They've given that up, man. You got to be physical. You got to find a way to get this ball out of the area of your own end zone. You don't want to flirt with the safety, and that means being physical and getting your back downhill, not going backwards.
Little touch pass to the receiver. Oh, he's got some space. Crosses midfield. The 30. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Orange. An epic comeback. They'll talk about this one forever if they can hold on, but they're on top right now. He has been surgical. Precision passes. Using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Going right back to work up top. Quick completion on the out. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
They couldn't draw up a better way to start a drive, and now they've got it 1st and 10 from the 41. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, at the worst possible time. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. These two quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. They'll move the tight end. Here's a quick throw out to the left. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance.
This quarterback has just been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Great job with his decision-making. He's now got over 350 passing yards.
Running behind that left side. Relying on that running game, and it works for about 3 yards to the 31.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. He's got an open man. Touchdown, Cuse. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
You know, good teams just know how to close games out. And you're seeing that right now with this team, right? Their defense just had a massive takeaway. The offense able to capitalize on that with a touchdown, so they padded their lead. This just speaks to, I think, the experience in the locker room and also the playmakers they have. This game is starting to feel like a blowout.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. He was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
At the 45 on his way. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
And no messing around right now if you're on offense. This is the time where execution has got to be at a premium. You need to hit completions, David. They need some big plays.
And you just want to keep pressuring them and keep making them use the clock, give them the underneath stuff. And again, when they drive the football down the field, I just can't give up touchdowns. Field goal at this point is not going to hurt my defense. He was trying to push it downfield. He was looking for a receiver, trying to make a play. Could tell the pressure started to get to him a little bit. Nowhere to go with the football, and just fights back to the line of scrimmage.
Caught over the middle. It's Velez. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. And the defense, Dave, got him at the 27.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. Fires downfield. This dude is just a master along the sideline, getting that foot in bounds for the nice gain.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
The Wildcats come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. This quarterback part of their running game. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and, you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's so hard to defend.
At this part of the field in the red zone, offensively, you're bringing all these tight ends in the game. You'd like to be more physical at the point of attack. That's why you're bringing the big bodies in, but they couldn't get it done up front, and as a result, it's a negative play.
Unleashes to the end zone. And he can't find his man as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
But it's a good job by this defense, man. You drop back, you play really smart, play sound. Understand, there's not a lot of field to cover, and they couldn't fit the ball in the window. Good pass defense.
3rd and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
A field goal really doesn't do much for you in this situation, so they'll go for it on 4th and goal. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
And now you start to feel desperate because down by multiple scores, the clock running out, 2.5+ minutes left on the clock. I got to do everything great now. I have no margin for error. My defense on this next possession, I have to get a 3 and out. I have to force a turnover. I have to do something to get me back in this ball game right now.
Not much room there. They'll give him 1 to the 9.
Well, at this point of the game, with the lead in the 4th quarter, deep in their own end, they're going to want to run the football, no doubt. The defense knows that, and they're going to be trying to rip it out, seeing if they can get a takeaway to set up their offense in great field position. So ball security right here has got to be big.
He'll do it himself. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He spins that thing down the middle. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Syracuse will send out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. And the returner will be brought down. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
And you just got to know the situation of the game, obviously. After that incompletion, now setting up 3rd down, you still got timeouts. You can attack the middle of the field. It's all out there for you. There's no need to panic. Because of those timeouts, you still have an eternity to get back in this game.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
After that incompletion, 4th and long now on your own side of the field, you're trailing in the fourth quarter. What's your go-to play call here in the pass?
Trying to burn this defensive back. Makes a catch, converts on fourth down, is still on his feet.
Hey, man, that was just perfect execution offensively. On a 4th down like that, if you're going to throw a completion, get the first and keep the drive alive, QB's got to be great with his eyes. He's got to throw it on time. His target has to be in the perfect...
Touchdown, Wildcats! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a one-possession game. We've got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
It ain't over till the fat lady sings. They needed that two-point conversion so that they could get this thing within a field goal. Now you've got to go out and execute the onside kick, get it back, and then it's all going to fall on the kicker.
That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. All right, this game just got tighter, and you just don't want to make a mistake here, David.
Especially in the fourth quarter. Remember, you're still leading this ball game. You're still going to execute the same way, Palmer. Don't get frantic.
Don't get frantic, but I would like to see them stay aggressive, too. You put a touchdown up on the board here, and this goes back to being a two-possession game.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking to fire. Nice grab in traffic. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback's just going to take a knee. Guys, if you want to go strictly by the rankings, I guess this was an upset, but to my eyes, we saw two really good teams slug it out, and one of them came out on top.
Yeah, two really good teams, man. That's a reason why they're both ranked. They're both really good, and I tell you what, getting this win proves something to everyone else now. Like, I was ranked below this squad. You beat a team that's ranked above you. Now you start to climb up the charts, build some momentum. This squad's about to get some more respect, Palmer.
I think good teams find ways to win games, especially in a game like this. Two ranked opponents, evenly matched. Who's going to be able to make the plays when it matters the most? You got to give this team credit. This is a big win. It's impressive, and now they get to move up the rankings.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.